Y'all ready for this? All right. So I got to formulate a little bit of a plan, a little bit of a digest plan, but that's okay. That's okay. Hello, people of the world, and welcome. You already know what it is and who it's by. So without further ado, here's the new episode. Today, we are going to be talking about a little bit of a dietary subject because, you know, fitness and dieting are a big part of my life and what I do. So, we got a new widescreen setup. I was messing with some filters on my computer, but I'm feeling pretty good today. We're doing the best that we can. So, update. I was cooking the other day and I was making like a Cantonese or like a Chinese kind of dish that was like broccoli with some like sauce. It had like shrimp in it, right? And I was doing broccoli, like steamed broccoli, and I was gonna throw it on some brown rice. And I was heating up my wok about like half heat. It was like medium heat, I would say. And all of a sudden, the pan just burst into flames. Like the vegetable oil just caught fire. And it kind of freaked me out, but like I knew what to do in that situation. So I didn't have anything to like extinguish the fire or anything. So I went and grabbed a towel and put it over the handle and wrapped my hand around, that towel. And I went to go take the pan outside and the towel flipped into the pan and the flame kicked back and got me in my hand. So my hand is a little bit messed up right now, but I'm okay. The camera doesn't do it justice, but my hand is like kind of messed up now, but it should heal up pretty soon. It's only like a 1st-degree burn, so no worries there. But this episode is definitely going to be about like my fitness and my diet and how we can help our bodies shape into the form that we want to shape them into. So without further ado, again, this episode is about fasting. Yes, fasting. We're going to go over this. I personally hate fasting, but the first thing that I'm going to recommend is getting checked out by your doctor or your physician and seeing if fasting is the right way to go about resetting your body for you. Some people, it's not like, the best option, but it's an option that helps out. And I do this regularly. I do usually I do about a 24-hour fast to clean out like all the sugar out of my system. But I don't really go past that. And I've never really gone past that. So recently I've been wanting to do a full-on 5-day fast, which is supposed to be like a body reset. So the first thing to know that I know of, because I'm not a physician, I'm not a nutritionist, and I'm just like a fitness enthusiast. The first thing to know about fasting is you have to do it correctly or else it won't work. And it can be damaging to your body at the same time. When I first did this, it was a task. It was a trial, it was like a trial run. And I didn't even do like a full-on fast my first time. My first time doing a fast, it was an intermittent fast where I had small things to keep me going throughout the day, but I didn't eat my normal like calorie intake or anything close to it. I kept it so low calorie the first couple times I did it. And I call it Fasting Friday because, Friday fasting, makes sense to me. Anyway, I don't do it for any kind of like, I want to say like religious reason, but I do it religiously. And meaning like I do that. I used to do it weekly. Now I do it like bi-weekly. Now I do it like once a month, so it's all about like the consistency of it. But I can tell you like the 24-hour fast kind of works in a way, but like on day one, the only thing that happens is your body starts exhausting all of the sugar and starts regulating your insulin and your blood sugar. That's the first 24 hours of it. So after that is a big option of like, is it going to work, you know? And you're not going to see results right away per se, but you will see results later on. So I do believe on day one, your blood sugar drops and your body kind of gets rid of all of the glycogen. Is that the word for it? Basically, it burns all the sugar out of your body first, and it gets rid of all that nasty, like tarry sugar, because that's what your body's used to having, you know? Within them first 24 hours, you're definitely going to feel hungry. Like your cravings for food are going to be very high, and you might be irritable. You know, you might experience like slight head pains and like stomach aches and things like that. But that's where I traded off my calories for water. That was a big thing, was like water, you know, water intake. And we're supposed to have, in theory, like a gallon of water, you know, a day. So, that was a big thing for me. I would I'm not saying that you should, but I think it was kind of wrong of me to like chew gum during that time. But chewing gum kind of helped with those cravings. Also, I would drink coffee, but only like black coffee. That's all I would drink, is just regular coffee. No additives, no cream, no sugar, just black coffee, straight coffee. And that kind of helped curb my appetite a little bit, right? If you're going through an intermittent fast, like some baby carrots, you know, or some like celery, you know, that those vegetables are going to help like get you through the day and give you a little bit of like energy to do it. All of the energy that you're putting into daily tasks and stuff like this are based off of carbs. So when you put vegetables into the mix, those are like healthy carbs. So that's what I did during my intermittent fasts. Later on, when I got to like a bi-weekly fast or like even a monthly fast, that's where I went completely 24 hours without any food. And I would just drink coffee and water, and it would fight those cravings. It would help out a lot. So the first day, you're definitely going to be hungry. You're definitely going to be feeling it. You're going to be a little bit irritated and stuff like that. That's usually your like reprogramming of your body going into survival mode and burning off the first thing that it can, which will be the sugar and things like that. This is also going to clean out like your liver, and it's going to help process all of the bad sugars out of your body first. So don't think that like fasting for 24 hours is how you can burn body fat, because that's not what happens. It just cleans out the first source of carbs or energy that it can, and it resets the tone of what your body's going to burn first. This is just like a cleaning system, you know? It's kind of like just the vacuum, you know? You're not really wiping on the walls yet, but you're vacuuming your body out, and it's basically just stored sugar anyway. It's gonna happen. So that first 24 hours is definitely going to be like painstaking, but after that, the shift when you're not, you know, burning through sugar first is going to be way different when you start to work out, when you start to exercise and incorporate this regularly into your routine. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. Make sure that you're consulting a doctor or a physician or a nutritionist before you do these things, because it might not be necessary. But to some people, it might be necessary to reset your body, okay? Just like to re-regulate that kind of thing. Now, on day 2, if I'm not mistaken, on day 2, if you do the first day correctly, all the, what do they call it? Glycogen? Glycogen, I do believe is what they call it. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but all of that should be out of your system at that moment, and your liver starts pumping through good things and processing the water that you're intaking, and your body's going to feel better. Okay, I'm not going to say perfect. You're not going to be 110%. You're still going to have hunger pains. You're still going to be feeling it. Your stomach might even growl at you and like get mad, Stage number 2 is supposed to like put your body into, quote, ketosis, right? It's supposed to like clean up everything that's on the next level because you burned up all the sugar in your body. Now you got to burn up the stored fat and stuff. So it's going to put your body into a ketosis state. I keep putting quotes around it because ketosis is really hard to get unless you have like an aid to put your body or force it into ketosis. You really have to work towards that. Now, I remember at the start of my like fitness journey, I was constantly trying to reach ketosis, and it took like 4 months for me to regulate that and make it happen. And I think 4 months into my little fitness journey, I decided to take up the keto diet. I wasn't eating carbs. I wasn't eating, anything that wasn't lean protein or like a part of my meal plan. At that point, I was like when I wasn't fasting and I was trying to do the keto thing, I would do eggs, or I would do like brown rice, or like, white rice if it fit the bill of what I was going for, or I would do like chicken, and grilled chicken is really good for that kind of stuff because it's a low calorie, high protein kind of thing. I also go by the 110 rule now. You eat 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. That's what you have to eat every day. Doesn't matter about the calories because at that point, your calories are going to go up and down. They're going to fluctuate, and your body's just going to like kind of panic a little bit, and it's going to kind of freak out. I think there's another thing for it. I think they call it like the keto sickness or something, or like when you get keto sick, basically, is day 2. Day 2, you're going to be experiencing fatigue, headaches, being irritable, and it's going to happen a lot more often because during this time, your brain, like your head, your mind needs to adapt or adjust to the different type of fuel that it's trying to burn, which is your fat. Okay, this is where day 2 is pretty important. I remember the last time I went 2 days fasting, I was so freaking hungry. Like I couldn't stand it anymore. I broke after 2 days. I could not do it. I really couldn't. So I want to try again. I want to try to incorporate Friday fasting into my schedule and make it Friday, Saturday, then make it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then make it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like I'm going to try to do those things so that I can try to go a full like 5-day gut cleanse is really what I want. And it's not unreal to do that because there's a lot of people who do that. But also you need to take into account that you have to go talk to your doctor. You got to go talk to a nutritionist. You got to go talk to your physician. Make sure that it's the right option for you because you don't want to be all big and then go fast and get like really skinny, and the skinniness is going to take over, and you won't be able to eat ever again. That's not what like fasting is for necessarily, but those are just some of the things that can happen, especially if you're like, as young as we are at the level that we are, I want to say we, but it's like, dang, I was losing my train of thought. Really, I really was. But, That's totally up to you if you want to go 24 to 48, 24 hours is a good starter. It can help you practice so that next like 48, when you do a 48-hour fast, it won't be so bad. At this point, though, in day 2, your body should be burning all the stored fat that it can to try to give you energy because you don't have carbs in your diet at the moment. So there's nothing for your body to really rely on when it comes to that stuff. Pro athletes do it all the time. So on day 3, I do believe I've rarely ever made it to day 3. I could not ever do like 3 days. I always got stuck at 2. This is why this is a journey that I really want to go on and something that I really want to look into, because if I can make it 5 days, my body will be so much healthier. But on day 3, we're going to call this the cleaning, because it's the actual cleaning like process. So at this point, like unfit proteins and old like cell stuff, like your old cell components, are all broken down and then like reused, if that makes sense. Like it breaks down so at this point, more of your body fat is going to start burning quicker. On day 3 is when you start actually seeing the results. And that's where your body's going to burn through all the fat that it can, all the stored fat that it can, and it's going to start cleaning out your body. You're going to start sweeping out stuff. And this is where like your sugar crashes should be a little bit less. Your headaches shouldn't be hitting as hard, right? You're still going to get probably a headache, but like it's not going to hit as intensely as it would if you were eating regularly. At this point, your body's probably going to like stunt its hunger. You're not going to seem as hungry as you were the other day. And that's pretty important too, is like regulating your meals and stuff. We'll get more on that after we talk about these couple steps and how to recover from. Yeah, I'd say at this point, your body's going to start burning a lot more fat, and it's going to help you figure out like what your goal in mind is going to be for weight loss. Because if you can make it through this first and second day, your third day is going to seem like not so bad. And this can also help you regulate your hunger and things like that. Like not eating so much until you're like stuffed, but like stopping when you're full because you're realizing, oh, my body's not going to take any more in. So with day 3, your brain kind of flips a switch and goes, okay, fat's burned out, right? We did that. We'll burn out whatever is left over because it's going to be hitting all the corners and dusting out all the cobwebs. And then your real ketosis is going to set in. This is where your ketones are going to hit like a friggin' engine, like a big old V8 truck. Like it's just going to start slamming through gears to get those ketones in, and it's going to start emergency putting those things into your body so that you can make it through that day, not just with exercise, but with like your regular activity. And I'm well aware that this is where like your headaches should start depleting. I'm well aware of that. You may get like one headache or something, but like you can take Tylenol, that's perfectly fine. And it's not really more of like a headspace thing, because I've seen people that make it to day 3 and they're like passing out standing up. But yeah, your body's going to start being more into like a ketosis state. It's no longer going to be in like an emergency thing. It's going to be like an emergency evacuation on your body is what it's going to do. But it's going to start burning the right type of fuel. And that's going to help so freaking much because your ketosis is going to be a lot easier to hit on day 3. And you're going to feel a little bit hungry, but the physicality of eating isn't going to be there. Okay. This is a lesson learned. So after like day 2, I was like, oh man, I'm hungry. I got to eat. But in the back of my mind, it's like I could have pushed farther and I could have pushed harder to do something else other than jogging or like walking. There's a lot of stories that I've heard by like day 3 where like your physical hunger is like almost non-existent, almost. But I feel like you're going to want to expand day 3 and day 4 into the same slot because they kind of do the same thing. But by day 4, you're going to start feeling like a lot less hunger. But let's keep it on day 3 for a sec. I want to keep talking about day 3 because day 3 is very important. Don't break your fast on day 3. If you keep consistent on day 3, it's going to just have like so much better of an outcome. It's going to feel a lot better going on throughout the rest of those days. And right now you're probably about 72 hours into your 3rd day fast. Like you're almost done. You're almost there. You're working over the hump. It's a Wednesday. You're working over the hump. But it's going to help. Like day 3 is a very vital part. 1 is very vital as well, but like 1 through 3 is going to be like your starting, and that's where it's going to get intense and it's going to seem like you're dying, but you're not. You're totally fine. You can go a while without eating. I don't know the exact number of days, but you can go a while without eating. Water is like the best freaking friend, dude. It's going to help so much more than you think. All right. Staying hydrated is going to help you bypass all them hunger needs and them hunger pains and stuff like that. So with that on day 3, you're going to start experiencing more fat loss as well. It's going to burn through all them nasty fat cells that are just like hanging around and like clinging on. So this is a very intriguing time to me because at this point, like you can control your hunger a little bit better. Like you're going to know that like I don't have to eat. The messages are going to be getting to your brain that you've gone this far. So don't stop now. Don't stop believing. I'm going to get in trouble for copyright. But yeah, that's a big thing is like day 3 is where your body starts burning down the fats. And if you've seen me on social media or you see the posts that I do about my fitness or my progress with my fitness, I'm not like the most shredded person ever, but I do have some definition to my muscles. And that's because I switched my diet and I switched my exercises up and I'm doing the best that I can. That's a big thing. So I think that if I do a full-on 5-day fast, it's going to put me in a better spot for my fitness to grow, for my muscles to feel healthier, for my body to be able to burn through fat cells really fast or like at a good pace, because you don't want to do that too quickly. Then you're tearing your muscles apart. So just work through it. Work through day 3. Day 3 is a big one. It's very crucial that you work through day 3. And if you can make it past day 3, you get to move on to day 4. Your hormones are going to start like acting like hormones. They're going to start working on your metabolism. They're going to start reworking your body and stuff. And day 4 is where you should start feeling a little bit of like relief towards this. If you don't, then you might have messed up on days 1 through 3. But that's okay. Continue on through that 4th day. Keep getting it. These are going to be your 72 hours plus, okay? So the reason I say plus is because it's a good middle part of fasting, right? So like 3 and 4 kind of go hand in hand, but 4 is a little bit more intense than what 3 is. 3 is still trying to get all your stuff regulated, your insulin, your glycogen, your fat percentage. It's trying to regulate all that stuff, and it's no longer in survival mode. It's in a proficiency mode. So you're going to be working like a well-oiled machine. This day 4 is also going to help you like preserve your muscles, right? It's going to reserve your muscles for more growth and good processing. And it's going to help build and repair your muscles. And instead of burning through your muscle mass, it's going to keep burning fat, and it's going to keep working your muscles up and strengthening those muscles so that you can get through the next part of your days or the next part of, your last couple days. Now, I've heard of this happening like in two different ways, right? The first way is your brain's going to feel a little bit foggy, maybe a little bit hazy, right, after day 3, but it's going to feel better. You're not going to have as many headaches. You're not going to feel your hunger pains. You're not going to feel the need for eating. You're already going to be satisfied with the way that you are and how you're feeling. This is a very important part, though, on 4. Like, don't break the fast on day 4. Day 1, 2, and 3, if you're feeling like you're going to die, or like your physician or doctor says otherwise, eat. But on day 4, do not eat. If you eat, you are going to either fail at this fast. You're also going to either feel bloated and it's going to spike your blood sugar, and it's going to make your body kind of panic a little bit and not know what to do with the food. So it's very important on day 4 to not break that fast. Keep going. There's also the other way that I've seen it go, where your brain starts to feel more clarity, more clear, not as foggy. You're getting less headaches. You're getting, you're not actually having any headaches on day 4. I've seen this happen in videos, and I've seen mental sharpness start to spike up. Your brain's going to be working a lot better without all that sugar and fat, trying to burn through it. It's going to be processing information way better. And at this point, you are going to be on full engine mode. You are just going to be going. And you don't know when it's going to stop. Your sleep might be a little bit affected on, day 3 and 4, and it can carry over. But most of the time, your sleep's going to start being more solid. Your cravings are going to be completely gone. Day 4 is very important. It's going to help you get through those next hours of day 5. So on that subject, your insulin sensitivity is going to be higher, which I mean better, or improved would be the word. Your strategy for meal planning is going to start processing through your brain better, because you're going to go, wow, I need to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to think about your 3 meals and go, ooh, I'm ready to, plan this out the best that I can. On day 4, your brain is going to be a high-powered thing. It's going to be your powerhouse. And you might feel a little bit drowsy, but you're going to be more awake than you've ever been. You're going to feel energized. You're going to feel great. Your body's going to start recovering in a way that it feels like you're at the very end of it. You're not there just yet, but it's going to feel like you're at the end of it. And day 4 is just kind of like a heaven moment, right? You're going to feel so good that you made it through these hours. You're going to be so happy that you made it 75 plus hours without eating. And you're going to feel this sense of pride, It's going to help you roll into day 5 headstrong, bulldozing in, ready to go. Your alertness is going to be there. You're going to be on top. Trust me. Day 4 is a very important step. Don't break the fast on day 4. I've heard people refer to it as a euphoric experience, right? Your body's going to be using your ketones to the best of their ability, and your body's going to run more efficiently. Your brain's going to feel way better. For example, it's like a runner's high. After a certain amount of miles of hitting high intensity, your body just goes mesh for a second, and it's going to like really feel like a euphoric moment where you're kind of awakened to this power that you have over your body, the self-control that you have over your body. And it's going to help detox negative behavior. It's going to help your brain feel better about itself. You're going to see results with your body. You're going to look in the mirror and go, wow, I do look great. Yeah, it's because you're still doing everything that you would normally do throughout the normal day, but with a better end result. Your body's going to feel better. You're going to feel better. And you should feel better about yourself on day 4. That's why day 4 is so important. So remember, don't break it on day 4 because you're going to ruin all of your body. Your body's going to not recognize what you're doing, and it's going to just be torture. It's going to put hella strain on you and your muscles and your brain and everything in your body. So do not break on day 4. That's very important. Do not break on day 4. On day 5, you're going to see your immunity levels spike. They're going to go up. You're not going to feel as bad when environmental changes happen, right? Your immune response is going to be a lot faster. Your cells are going to be working at a fully loaded pace. You're going to achieve ketosis. Your body's going to be burning the fat that it needs to and storing everything else. And it's going to only be good things that are going into that stored bank for energy, right? Not only that, like your inflammation markers are going to be like way better. Like you're going to feel less bloaty. Your water intake is going to be a lot easier to achieve without you feeling like, oh, I'm so full. Because in reality, when you start drinking like a gallon of water a day, which like I think is the right amount, your body's going to feel like it's drowning itself. And you're going to like use the bathroom every 20 minutes. And it's going to get annoying. Like you're going to feel so sick of just drinking water. Day 5 is like crucial when you're going through it because you're not going to feel the brain fog. You're not going to feel the headaches. You're not going to feel the cravings. You're going to feel good about it. And you're not going to want to break your fast. But at some point, you're going to need to do that. I would not recommend going over 5 days on a fast because at that point, you're just starving yourself. And that's not healthy. Like you need proteins to repair your muscles and feed those muscles. But also like you're going to need certain foods that help your brain function, right? Like 1 through 3, you might start hallucinating. I'm kidding, obviously, but you're going to feel fuzzy. Day 4, you're going to start feeling less of that fuzz. And then day 5, you ain't going to feel it at all. Your body's going to feel great. You're going to feel in control of your brain and your muscle groups and your body and make sure like everything is in place. And you're going to feel at one with yourself. I can guarantee this. If you do it properly, day 5, you are going to feel nothing but amazing on this. You're going to feel more energized, You're not going to feel as tired. I'm tired all the time, but like you're not going to feel as tired, And it's going to put you in a better mood. You're not going to be irritable. You're going to be more accepting of things. And I see it all the time on the internet and in person at like day 5. People are happy with the success that they've had. And you can too, It's a tough thing to do. But once you make it to day 5, no, you're going to feel like a glow. In reality, you're going to feel like healthier. Your digestive system's going to feel a lot better. Your timer for your intervals for using the bathroom is going to start regulating, and it's going to feel like not as such a burden, especially if you're drinking the right amount of water every day throughout those 5 days. Your body's basically reset at this point, and you're just waiting till you're ready to break your fast. It's like an idle mode, and your body's just doing what it's supposed to do naturally. And that's great. Like, that's so great that you've made it this far. You made it to day 5. You're feeling proud of yourself. You're feeling good about the environment that you have around you. And I cannot stress this enough. Day 5 is so important to like keep that fast going. Just like number 4. If you can make it through number 4, you can make it through day number 5. You really can. And it's a magical number is what it is. On day 5, you're going to be completely reset, revived. Your skin's going to look better. Your sleep's going to be more solid. Your digestive system's going to work like way better. Your body is going to become a usable machine or a tool that you can use without a daily limit, right? So day 5 is very important. It's very, very important. So now we're going to talk about like what you want to eat after you're done fasting, because you don't want to just go smash on a cheeseburger after you're done fasting. That's not good. You're going to feel like crap. Your stomach's going to feel like crap. You might even throw it up. Like it's something that your body doesn't want to process, then it won't. Also, the fat gained from those types of foods, sugary treats and stuff like that, is going to offset you like a lot. It's going to offset everything that you just worked for, and it's going to hurt. It's going to physically hurt you to be eating like that much. So when you're done with day 5 and you're on day 6, this is where I go. I try to get something that's more electrolyte efficient, right? Something that'll up your sodium, something that will up your potassium, something that can like increase your magnesium, your vitamins A, B, C, and D, all of those things first. And you're going to want to start with small meals. You're not going to want to go in and gorge yourself on all these meals. No, you're going to want to start small, protein-based foods that are lean and not processed. You're going to want to take that day 5 into account and go, well, if I can make it through day 5, that means day 6 is going to be regularity, resetting your schedule. What time do you want to work out? What time do you want to eat? What time do you want to sleep? All of these things matter on that day. Okay. Like it's a very touchy thing. And day 6, just don't scarf your food down. Don't do that. That's a horrible idea. That's a terrible idea. So stick to light meals, work yourself in with your lean proteins and your healthy stuff, and work your way in. Lean into that stuff. Don't just start smashing. So start small, start with proteins and stuff like that are going to help recover your muscles, build your muscle. And it's like your body's going to already have been in ketosis. So everything's going to reset. Your insulin, your immunity, everything, and your cells are going to start working at tenfold to break down the foods that you just consumed. On top of that, we're also going to throw like fiber in there, like fiber foods and stuff to increase your digestive system, to increase your body's input to output ratio. So remember to eat gradually small meals, right? Don't eat till you're stuffed. Eat till you're full or satisfied, right? In that moment, and then stop. Like you're gonna want to pace yourself on this. As I said before, you're going to want to consult like a doctor or a physician on if this kind of fasting is for you or is going to work for you. You're going to see your weight drop on the scale. You're going to see the fat on your body burn away quickly. And if day 7 comes around and you've practiced everything that you could on day 6, eating small, things like that, start increasing your calorie intake slightly on day 7, focusing on your proteins, focusing on your lean stuff, your vegetables, and balancing your diet and when you eat, when you sleep, and when you work out. Start balancing those things early on so then later on down the road, you don't regret doing stuff or like, you're going to regret eating something because if you follow the protocol, with the major food groups, then you're going to know that you got your protein, you've got your greens, you've got what you need to get through those days. So increase your calorie intake by increasing your serving sizes and be generous to yourself and to your body. This will stop bloating. It'll stop gas. It'll stop like your cells from not carrying certain sugars and things like that into your insulin receptors and stuff like that. I just said insulin, but I meant insulin receptors and stuff like that. It's going to help out a lot on day 6 and 7. They're very important and crucial so that you're like gradually working yourself into a healthy routine that is going to help you in the end. So here's something even crazier to think about. When you reset your diet, your body, when you reset stuff like that, it can help you set like a schedule. I want to say a schedule. It'll help you like set a schedule so that you're leaning back into something that's like reliable and well-rounded. You're not just going into it blind and not knowing what you're doing, So stick to your fruits, your veggies, and definitely your meats, your lean meats, right? I'm pescatarian. Obviously, I would go for like salmon and stuff like that. And healthy, low carb, good protein to carb to calorie ratio, right? The 110 rule, which is 1 gram of protein per body fat that you have, not body fat, sorry. 1 gram of protein per body weight of pound, right? So if I weigh 159 pounds, I got to have like 159 grams of protein a day to be good. Sodium, your sodium's going to be over 1,000 for sure. Your calorie intake is going to be lower than 1,000 when you first start doing it. You can gradually work on getting your calories up into a good like space, and just like with everything that you do, there's going to be pros and cons to fasting. It's going to make you feel way different. We are almost at the hour mark, so I'm really glad about this. This might be like a 40-minute episode, really, honestly. But that's what I wanted to talk about today was fasting and how I wanted to try to do a full 5-day fast and working my way up to it and feeling better about my body. I'm not like I said, I'm not the greatest looking when it comes to like a body shape or anything. I want the hourglass figure. That's what I want. I want the hourglass figure. Sometimes it's really hard to get those. So, for me personally, for my exercises, I started incorporating leg day, right? Instead of constantly working on my core, like I always do, I'm going to start incorporating more leg days and cardio days into that to kind of separate my workouts so that I'm not overworking my core too much. And I feel like if I do a good 5-day fast and then I start my routine off correctly on days 6 and 7, then it's going to 6, 7. No, anyway, if I start like my core exercises off and do like 2 core days and then like a leg day and a cardio day, then take a day of rest and then do another core and cardio day, then take another day of rest, then go back to that cycle. It's going to help bring my body to fruition and what I always wanted it to be, right? It's going to help like regulate my sleep, my digestive system, my immunity. It's going to help me do all of that. The macros that I'm going to get from all the food and stuff is going to be healthier. So that's what I want to do. I want to try to do a 5-day fast the best I can. Let me know in the comments if you've ever fasted or anything like that. Also, if you've made it this far in the thank you for being here. Duh. thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you for like following me on my social medias to help me with my fitness and my goals and my progress and stuff like that. If you're curious about following on my social medias and all my content, the links are down below. They're right below in the description. Go ahead, click those. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I need more followers on my Instagram to get promotion companies to want to put money into the production of this podcast. And I'm really wanting to move forward with this podcast and make it something great for the people. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I need more followers over there to get somebody to help me out. Again, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to love yourself. Stay trippy because I love you.